Curtin University's Dean of Global Future, Siracusa, joins us. Joe, we've been talking over the years, always the big moments in American politics. You always give excellent insight into what's going on. You were there for us on Friday when we talked through that rather historic decision. Now you've had the weekend to think about it. How's your thought process playing out about the future of Donald Trump and his campaign this year?
Well, Pete, good morning. Now, I think Trump has turned this very, very sad moment into a reality show in his favor. I mean, this guy, he's playing everybody for what it's worth. Look, I haven't changed my mind. The trial was crooked. I mean, I grew up in Cook County where all the cops were bent, the politicians were bent, and the judges could be bought. So I know how this works. And they'd taken a timed out misdemeanor, they dressed it up as a felony, Class 8 felony, and then they tied it to an imaginary crime, a federal crime. And then they threw the book at him. So, all these politicians were taunting him today, saying, 12 honest people made this decision. That's not true. They would have made any kind of decision. But look, there are some stories behind the stories that Trump is literally daring this judge to throw him in jail. And the timing's here important. The sentencing is the 11th of July. The nominating convention is the 16th. And so, even if he accepts the presidential nomination while in prison, I mean, Pete, you couldn't invent this in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's not possible. He might even turn into kind of something very, very special. But look, American people, they've seen enough cowboy movies to know what's good and what's bad and what's working. And I want to see all the people who are taunting Trump right now. I want to see their crocodile tears when Hunter Biden goes off to prison.
Yeah, I'll ask you about that in a moment. Look, I lived in America for 3 years. I love America. It's a great country. But what I'm concerned about is where this leads now. So obviously there's going to be retribution, right? If Donald Trump becomes president again, what happens in terms of revenge and retribution?
Well, I think he will get his pound of flesh out of these organizations, the Department of Justice, which sent their number 3 man to work with Bragg in Manhattan and the like. He's going to go after them. He'll go after the people in defense. He'll go after the FBI and people like that. James Comey was just on TV saying that Trump can't get anyone to work for him if he wins this next election because he's dealing with the bottom of the barrel. Well, that's not exactly true. But he'll get even. And Pete, if you live long enough, getting even is a lot of fun. I mean, it takes a while sometimes. You just have to live longer than everybody else. But and Trump has got some getting even to do with. I am just amazed at how much money and time and energy is spent going after this guy. I don't know if
but he's
Australians
not going to jail. He's not.
No, he's not going.
Yeah. So, Joe, we're almost out of time, Joe, but I've got to ask you about Hunter Biden. So this all starts tomorrow. So we're in more unprecedented times with the first ever son of a sitting president before the courts again.
Yeah. Biden's son should have been on trial for taking money from the Russians and the Chinese or whatever or from the Ukrainians. But they let that one sort of time out, as a matter of fact. But in this particular case, buying a gun while having a drug addiction is a real no-no. And then he's got a tax trial coming up in California. Yeah, he'll probably receive some custodial time. And there's only so many things you can do to the president's son. But I'll tell you what, I think there's a lot of people wondering what kind of control Biden had over his son. Biden says he didn't know anything he said his son is innocent of everything. Biden says he's innocent of everything, which makes me very suspicious, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, suspicion is warranted here, I think. Joe, good to see you as always. We'll chat to you again soon.
Okay, pleasure.